This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed.
Saturday on the Love Boat.
The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julia's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man is very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed. Our ship runs aground on March 10th, 1979.
Look at us.
For episode 24, season 2 of the Love Boat. That's what we're recording and
We are plowing through
pulling
these.
apart and reviewing and checking out.
There's a lot going on.
I am Rob.
I'm Charlotte.
And you out there?
I am producer Caleb.
Yes, the magic of producer Caleb.
It is magical, actually, if you think about it.
We're working with Caleb to do a new show, an offshoot show called Caleb After Dark.
Caleb After Dark, I love this idea.
Yes, we'll talk.
This sounds
Producer
very
Caleb.
risque. I'm excited.
I've got a cast of lovelies.
Is this going to be like Max After Dark? Remember when like Max used to do that?
I don't know. We'll see what it might be. I have a cast of lovelies, male and female, and you would mingle, and you're a little bit of a Hefner. You're like hosting a cocktail.
Is he a Hefner?
It's a
Okay.
cocktail party.
All right.
And you'll just sort of meander, and you'll introduce guests like, I don't know, perhaps Charo.
I feel like this might be like a Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, kind of like a Robin Leach thing. Is kind of the vibe. Is that the vibe you're going for?
I think I'd like that.
I do too. I think I'd like.
I don't know what the
dig
kid
that.
would like.
Well,
We'll
I don't
have to
even know
ask
if he knows Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
We'll also bring your girlfriend in on this, producer
Yeah.
Caleb, make sure we don't do anything wrong.
It's for real. We don't want Brooke mad at it.
No, we need her involved.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, look, this is Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High season, low morals.
Producer Caleb goes through every episode.
Yep.
He pulls out clips, and we are judge, jury, and executioner of all the sins of the past,
Yes.
the sins of our fathers. And that's what we do here. We pull the clips from each show, things that are questionable, morally ambiguous, horseplay,
Yes.
scandal.
Or just downright what the
I'm downright upright sometimes.
I give these people credit for keeping us on our toes, for sure.
You know, we could say a lot, but then again, we have said a lot already.
We have said a lot.
In about 3 minutes.
This episode has some pretty well-known guests.
Yes, some reoccurring characters I hear I'm very excited to see again.
I'll give you guys a storyline so you
Okay.
know what we're in for. Former stowaway April Lopez returns, this time lounge star. A woman brings her kids on her second honeymoon to the consideration of her husband. A World War II veteran and a USO entertainer reunite after 35 years.
This is going to be jam-packed. I'm ready.
Oh, man. Okay.
This sounds good, Rob.
Yeah, let's jump in. So this is an episode from 1979. You heard what's going to happen.
Welcome to the captain's table.
Let's roll it.
Oh, would you like to take a guess at who's going to be the singer of this cruise?
Elton John.
No way.
Aretha Franklin.
No.
Tiny Tim? We give up.
None other than Angelina Patricia Ruiz Inez Lopez.
I had that for dinner last week in Acapulco.
Oh, my God.
Remember April Cuchi?
April?
She's back. Finally, she is back.
So they don't remember her name, but they remember the Chi-Chi-Chi. Do you see what I'm saying?
Coochie
They had no
coochie.
idea what her name was,
Coochie.
but they remember that she walked around very coochie-coochie. Guarantee. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and predict.
Right.
I have no idea. I haven't seen this episode. I feel like the doc and some of the other men are going to get into a fight over this April. And I don't like how we made fun of her name and said it sounded like a dish. They always make fun of her.
On this episode is pretty poor writing to what happened last time. April Lopez was on this show, said it last time too, that like whenever she said her name, it's like a kind of ongoing joke, even leading up to present day, where someone of Hispanic descent or like Spanish descent has a really long name.
Yes.
Just keeps on going longer and longer and longer. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty, I think it's pretty racist.
It is
where
100%. It's totally
Oh, the
stereotypical
name-
and just gross.
The name is like 7 different names long. Oh, that's really funny. No, that's probably just common in like Spanish areas. I don't know why that's a joke, but it's continues to this day. It's a repeat of when April Lopez was last on the show.
Well, she's coming in to the lobby, it looks like. She's dressed all glittery, and there's somebody behind her.
Wait a second. Doesn't this boat always go to Mexico? Like, how do these people are they not used to Mexican and Spanish sounding names at this point? I don't understand.
should
Like,
be.
why is it even still an issue? Morons.
Got me, but there she is. There's Charo.
There
She's
she is.
touching the chest of one Fred Grandy.
Yes, she is.
Gopher.
Gopher.
You're fired. Love that line
Gopher.
from Captain Stu. Here we go.
May I escort you to the captain's table?
Yes, you see, the captain is very eager to show you off to his friends.
What
do you mean? He want me to be a show off? No. It's just that, well, he's very proud of you, and since he discovered you, now you're a big success. Come on.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I am not as hungry as I thought I was. I'm gonna take a walk to make my appetite wet.
What?
What am I going to tell the captain?
You tell him that I suddenly got a cold foot. See you later.
Okay, so I love how a man that literally did nothing for her entire life is taking the entire credit for her career and her becoming a success.
Right, and she's going to go get her
Oh, well, he's the
appetite
one that
wet.
discovered you. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Another thing, again, repeat from when Charo was last on the show.
Yes.
They've written this character as very clueless to
Yep.
like the English language.
Exactly, and I don't like that. The
No.
words that she's saying are so suggestive, and she doesn't even know, and it makes her look even more
I'm
stupid.
going to go for a walk to whet my appetite.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
very similar to a very common phrase and saying.
Yeah.
But because she's not Western or she's not American, she misspeaks and it's
Right.
butt of a joke. And it's always the butt of a joke whenever she's on the show.
Yeah, I agree.
And she's obviously a smart lady. She's
Yes.
still out there.
But don't we all think that in the time and place that Charo was coming up as an actress, she unfortunately,
Yes.
in order to get roles,
Yep.
had to bend to the stereotypical interpretation of how, people of Spanish descent are characterized, which is a
that
total...
was the foundation that was
Yes.
laid, and she built her career
Well, she had to.
on
What
it,
else was
for
she gonna
sure.
do?
Like,
Yeah.
saying that's it. That's what
Yeah.
she did, and she's still out there on social media. I think I follow
well, let's
her
get Charo on the show. I
Instagram.
literally would love that.
Oh man, we're casting a wide net. We want Ted Lang.
I want everyone.
We want Fred Grandy. But I would certainly take Charo over all of them.
I would take Charo, everybody. Or Miss Roper, actually. I'd take
Audrey Lindley.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Mrs. Roper.
Everyone loves
We
Mrs.
talked about
Roper.
this once before. They have Mrs. Roper parties.
I love that.
You've
I wanna
heard of
have
this?
One. No, but I want to have one. Do I get to wear a muumuu?
If you follow social media, that's exactly it.
I love this.
They have Mrs. Roper parties where everyone has their hair in curlers and curled up, and
That just sounds
muumuu.
like another day at the school pickup line.
It sure does. Everyone dresses like that for fun and to drink a bit. All right.
This Halloween, we're all going as characters from the Love Boat.
Oh, that'd be
We're going to have a Love Boat Halloween themed party.
And producer Caleb, you can be Isaac the bartender. Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Jesus
What I do
Christ.
is I look around. If I see a passenger who would like to dance and doesn't have a partner, I ask him. Makes sense. Okay, I got it.
They're
Hey,
with
mister,
Charo.
You look like you want to
That's Ben
dance.
Stiller's dad.
Not exactly.
It is.
Oh,
Jerry
yeah.
Stiller.
Oh, I don't
Also
think
the
it is, but I
Festivus
love
creator.
it. You're gonna love it. Right and left on the shoulder,
They're
on the
dancing?
shoulder. And right and left and the shoulder, and the shoulder.
That's cute.
And around and around and around and around and around and around and around.
Great dancing.
Amen.
Suggestive a little bit.
I wouldn't sing you do that.
Oh, my God.
Boy, you are good. Now,
Oh,
front
boy.
and back. And a belly, and a belly, and a belly, and a belly. And back. And a belly, and a belly, and a belly, and a belly. Boy, what an uncle. I never heard something like that. Boy, you are cooking. What an animal, a real animal. Julie, am I doing okay?
Oh, Julie the prude.
And she's
Okay.
dressed like a prude, too. She has like one of those like little house on the
What did we
outfits
just
on.
see?
Well-
Some context.
Well, I mean, what
Uh,
we just saw was insane. That is Ben Stiller's father, Jerry Stiller.
Yes.
Who brought us Festivus and many other.
Quite a dancer with Charo.
Quite a dancer with Charo. Yeah, but I don't like how Julie is just sort of like shocked by the way that she's dancing. I think that's called the samba or something, which is an actual dance,
Yeah,
right?
a little suggestive.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
What are
he's
they-
rubbing, she's
So now
rubbing.
Charo's going to get in trouble for being suggestive on the boat, and all these men can act however they want.
Yes.
They're not going to get in trouble.
That's correct.
Okay, because now we're shocked that there's a woman that knows who she is. Oh, it's shocking.
She did a dip in the end of the dance, and she went to smooch him. There, I said it.
Yep.
There's smooching happening here on our screen.
There's
and then Julie just buds in, and she's like, "Oh, what have I done? I've created a sex machine."
A sex machine. Maybe Julie's jealous that she's not getting all the attention
I bet
anymore.
she is. Give us some context. Please.
Yeah, we want it.
So Charo, she goes, yeah, the last time I was on this boat, the captain found out that I was this amazing singer, and now I'm like the super successful like singer and all that, but I don't like this career. I think that this is not the career for me. I don't like all this attention. I want something new. And Julie goes, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but Julie ends up kind of showing Charo the ropes on what Julie does for her job, because Charo's like, oh, maybe this would be a good job for me. So that's why in the beginning of the scene, Julie kind of explains to Charo, like, okay, so my job is I go up to people who are looking lonely and ask if they want to dance.
Right.
And so Charo goes up to Jerry Stiller, who is married in this episode to his actual wife.
Oh, great.
And Meara.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're having a bit of issues right now on the Love Boat. So he's at the bar. Charo comes up to him and quite seductively dancing with Jerry, and then ended up kissing Jerry. And that's why Julie was like, you did not do a good job. That's not what I meant. You took it way too far.
Now, let me ask you this question. Is Julie also slightly pissed off because she knows that the Stillers, I'm not sure what their name is on the show, are having a difficult time? Because since she knows all the gossip about everyone on the ship?
I don't think so.
Okay. Sorry, that was just a girl question I would like to know.
Yeah.
Just because it would help me out with her reaction time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jerry's kind of secluded.
Okay.
With his issues going on right now.
Okay.
Seclusion. Where does seclusion lead to? Typically nothing good.
Typically insanity.
Right.
Resentments.
How about buying an old friend a drink?
Two
What are
new
you looking
characters.
Francois, he usually shows up about this point.
Middle-aged characters.
Well, he's out there.
Francois is
Who's
in
Francois?
an airplane is flying overhead.
Why?
I asked him to. I hoped we could spend some time together. Now, how about that drink?
She's ditched Francois.
Okay, so I need to know, Caleb, is Francois a romantic partner or like his assistant that's always around?
I will not reveal.
Okay.
So this is the storyline with a World War II vet and the USC performer.
Yep.
They meet up again after 30 odd years.
Okay.
And so she's French. She was a performer in France.
Okay.
Because he still has feelings for her. He remarried, but she died. Like his wife died, and so they meet up again, run to each other on the boat again. And every time that he comes in and tries to make a move, this Francois character comes in and he kind of cockblocks the vet.
Got it. Okay.
Just to put it frankly. But then in the scene that we just watched, he goes, well, where's Francois? And that's why she goes, he's on that plane because I asked him to leave.
All right. Well, I'm ready for more
Me too.
Charo.
I'm ready for more Charo.
But not just
I think
yet.
she should be in every episode.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
The pleasure is all with the captain, as is always the case.
Always. The pleasure is all mine.
Speaking of, I wonder if the captain has any interaction with Charo. Here we go. We're hitting play.
Yeah, they haven't said
April, would you take over for me, please? Oh, you think I should?
Oh, she's in Julie's house.
Yeah, she is.
She's doing bingo.
Are you ready? This is the big game. Okay. And the first number is E28. E28.
She's confused the entire boat. She's speaking in Spanish.
Oh boy, this is fun and it's money too. It's N42.
Okay, well,
Oh, how funny she doesn't know the American alphabet.
let's put the writers to the firing squad. Producer
Yeah.
Caleb, what do you think on this one?
You guys said it beautifully.
Well, what my thing is also like, why are they auditioning people for Julie's role? Is this when she started to like lose it, kind of?
Good question.
I don't know. But yeah, the plot was Charo wants to do something, wants a new career, basically. So Julie's just showing her the ropes. But that's a very good point. I don't know behind the scenes of Julie.
Well, we know Charo works for the cruise line because she's been hired and
Right.
she's been doing this
She now has
for
a residency, as you would say, on the Princess Cruise.
Right.
She hasn't been hired officially. I don't know if captain knows about this, or unless he does, it's kind of just like a free labor.
Right. No, I'm talking about back in season 1. Remember, they pulled her out of being a stowaway and gave her a contract, as Charlotte said, to be entertainment on the Princess Cruise Lines. So I guess she's had her fill of this.
Yeah, well, she's probably tired of all the gross old men on the boats.
Amen to that.
I mean, I'm not sure what her crew was like, but if this is any indication, shit.
You want to play?
For couples only? No kids, huh?
No kids.
Charlotte?
It's a start.
Jerry Stiller. And Meara, the wife.
Mom, how come Dad didn't want to come and see all the nifty sights?
I think Dad
That's
seen
Corey
some pretty
Feldman,
nifty sights
isn't
right
it?
here.
Yes, it is. Holy shit.
Let me ask my wife.
Okay.
Hi. Have a good time?
Yes, as a matter
she's
of
famous
fact,
too.
We did.
Well, aren't you going to ask me if I had a good time?
I don't have to. Come on, kid.
He's making the wife mad by hanging with Charo.
Of course he is. It would make me mad if my husband was hanging out with Charo.
You know,
but if my
right.
kid was Corey Feldman, I'd be pretty stoked. He's so adorable. You know, I have a thing because of the Goonies. And,
I know. Well,
and just the Coreys and Coreys. Like when I was growing up, they were like the heartthrobs. Like they were like Teen Beat, Tiger Beat, all that stuff.
I think it goes without saying that he wants his own private Festivus with Charo.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, so I think Jerry Stiller is upset that the kids are on board for their like second honeymoon.
Oh. Well, he's the one that gave them to her probably on the first honeymoon. So why the hell is he pissed off? They're his kids.
Now he's tired of them.
I hate when my guy friends say, oh, I can't do anything tonight because I got to babysit. I'm like, you have to babysit your own children? Like, that's not, what are you talking about? You're literally, what are you talking about?
And then Meara, she thinks that Jerry's having an affair with Charo because of this fight that they're having. So that's why she's upset. But Jerry's like, no, that's not the case. But every time that Jerry's with Charo being Charo and how these writers have portrayed her,
right,
she always says some elusive or like some seductive thing.
Some coochie.
Yeah, Jerry's wife comes in, and at the wrong moment when Charo has to say this poor English, seductive, whatever you want to call it. So that just makes her even more upset.
Okay, well, 2 things.
Yes, and then I have something.
Meara and Jerry Stiller were really throwbacks from their 20s. I think they were together, and I think they were like vaudeville. And if not, they were certainly some stage comedians in New York City. And, of course, again, the parents of one Ben Stiller. And I'll mention something else, and maybe it will segue into something you're going to mention. Corey Feldman.
Yes.
Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman still has an active career, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, I do.
Co-host Charlotte. He is a musician.
Yeah, that's very nice of you.
He does stage shows. He dropped a little bit of the Michael Jackson persona. He surrounds himself with hot chicks as band members and some professional musicians, and he tours all the time.
Yes.
And it would be fantastic to have Corey Feldman patch into our show.
Oh, my God, I would freaking... But you know what? If he does, we have to ask him some Goonie questions.
Well, of course.
So sorry. Okay.
We may even do a special bonus.
Dream a little dreams questions. I've got a lot of questions.
Here's what I would
about
do.
that shit.
I've never seen the Goonies.
Oh, shit.
So here's what I would do. And I remember our whole team was out in Montana, Charlotte, and they were doing a Goonies somewhere in Bozeman in their old downtown theater.
Yes.
I don't know that you went.
No, I could not get anybody to. Well,
we talked about it.
We were working for Voldemort at the time, and she wouldn't let me go.
At the same time, I think if we had Corey Feldman on, and he's awesome. Hope he'll do the show. If we have him on, we will do a bonus episode about the Goonies.
I love this. Okay.
Maybe it'll be like a 45-minute episode, something like that.
This makes me so freaking
I will
happy.
actually watch the Goonies if we can get him on the show.
Okay. Well, we should also call Sean Austin's people, too. His grandma's on the show all the time, Patty Duke. I mean, let's just get this party started.
He's a pretty serious fella. He works
is
all
a little
the time.
serious. You're right.
Producer Caleb, you've seen the Goonies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course he has. He has blood.
I'm the one out on this one again. Always.
All right.
Well, you know what? We're heading towards the end, and play clip.
Oh, but what you saw up there is not what you think.
Oh, come on, Bud. This isn't a desert. There are no mirages at sea. What I saw up there was a very sexy, irresistible lady. And what I see down here is a very dumpy housewife
her hair
with red eyes.
You're the one I find irresistible.
You know, it isn't as though I haven't been expecting this for quite some time now.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Bud. I read the latest magazines. I know I am not an interesting person.
Interesting.
She took a Cosmo quiz and it told her that.
did.
Poor thing. That's why you shouldn't take those quizzes in the magazines.
No. You don't want
They'll always screw you up. You'll end up in therapy for the rest of your life.
anything we should know? Any thoughts, Producer Caleb?
No.
Well, I do think that she brought up something that I'm sure a lot of women feel is like, you know, like they've had all these kids and all of a sudden they're their housewife and now their husband is talking to some young hot chick. And it's, I'm sure it's sort of like, what the hell? I mean, you know, because I don't know.
Jerry Stiller and Meara, very cool couple they were.
Were they always cast together, Rob?
Yeah. Yeah, it was sort of their thing.
Okay.
It was like George and Gracie, George Burns and his wife, Gracie. It was one of those things people loved husband and wife teams back in the day.
Do you think they had that in like their contract so that they wouldn't upset one another and be like
I don't
cast
know.
against
I
someone
think
else?
that's how they're famous. And I'm going to throw some other names out there. Lucy and Desi were that for a long time.
You're
what
right.
a great story they were, and even in their separation.
Yeah.
Where she rose above Desi Arnaz. And oh my gosh, who's another one? Give me another couple from back in the day. Any? Okay.
I can't.
I just had one in mind.
Sorry.
But I can't think of it right now. Okay, well.
Well, I mean, were Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman ever cast together?
I don't know about that. I don't know. All right, folks, we're heading to the end.
I'm just trying to think of people I like
I'm
that
going
are
to come
married.
up with what was on my mind. But it was
Okay, you will. It'll come
flushed
to you.
right out. Here we go. Middle-aged couple is kissing, and there's no Francois involved.
There's no Francois.
Eve, I love you. Will you marry me?
Before I answer,
Uh-oh.
I have to tell you about Francois.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I need to know.
Yes, you do.
Oh, shit. She slept with him.
She's pregnant.
Francois is my son.
Oh, what? She slept? No.
Wait,
I
no.
moved to France after the war because it was easier for an unwed mother to raise a child.
That's his kid.
He's a wonderful boy, Frank. I never for a moment regretted having him. Because every time I saw him, I saw you.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
It's his.
It's his.
Why didn't she tell him?
Oh, my God, Eve.
He's happy. He's happy.
You had my son.
Hopefully.
All those years?
Yes.
You thought I deserted you. You must have hated me.
Frank.
Oh.
In French, your name is Francois.
Francois.
I named our son after you.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant.
But my question is, okay, first of all, does Francois know? Like, is this going to be like a revelation to him too?
Or is Dad the only one not in on this whole little
Right, or
scandal?
is Dad just not the one? And also, women, what are you doing not getting child support and asking men to help you? Like,
Well, he
you don't-
vanished.
He
I listened to
vanished.
With this plotline in World War II, he ended up in the hospital, relieved of duty, and he would write letters to this woman, but she never got those letters. And so when she got notified that he was just shot up and then just went MIA, she assumed he was dead. And then when he was in the hospital writing all these letters and she didn't respond to him, he just thought, oh, she doesn't want me anymore because I've been all shot up. And then he was like, I wrote you so many letters. And she's like, you didn't write me any letters. And he's like, well, I gave them to my nurse and I ended up marrying that nurse.
Oh, my God.
Like, I think I know what happened to those letters. And he went, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So both of them thought they wanted nothing to do with each other. Well, I guess she thought he was dead and he thought she wanted nothing to do with him until they ran into each other on the cruise and they're like, wait a second. Wait a damn second. Aren't you? And then that's.
Well, what I would like to say is the fact of what she said is absolutely true. It is easier as a single mother to raise your kid somewhere outside of America because we give you nothing. So,
where would be a better place?
Well, she said France. I would probably go to Belize or, I don't know, Canada even.
Okay. Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Back in
I was
those
thinking of
days-
people that were married.
True, me too.
Like women and men.
There's a whole shitload of them.
There's a ton.
But it was that thing of
Well,
people
Grace
wanted
Kelly and Fred
teams.
Astaire were always together,
They were.
right?
People wanted teams, and those teams eventually kind of separated.
But is that because, Rob, do you think it's because back in the day, studios actually had contracts with certain actors and like they would just pick from their contract list, which does not happen these days. Like actors float from studio to studio to studio.
It made the audience very comfortable that
Yes.
husband and wife were together.
Yes, okay.
And hence the story of Lucy and Desi doing their I Love Lucy. And the audience was great with them being together as a couple, but they couldn't be on a bed together unless there was 1 foot on the ground. Was what
I thought they still had twin beds in that day.
If they ever sat on the same bed, though, they had to keep 1 foot on the ground. The network made that happen.
How did people back in the day think kids were born? Did they believe in the stork story? Like
in the darkness. Children were born in the dark. Children of the dark, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Well, listen, okay. I'm going to do Grandy Watch, and I'm going to say I've not heard yet. He's not friended me on Facebook, but I guess that's okay. But that's all right. I'm shifting a little bit over to your boy.
Well, maybe Grady is just a little bit, maybe he just hasn't checked Facebook all the time.
Maybe that could be true. I'll see when he did his last post.
Let's give him a little bit of slack.
I'll check. I'll stalk a little bit. And Corey Feldman, Charlotte, I'm going to give you a homework assignment.
I would love a homework assignment.
And I really need you to do this. Okay. Yeah. I want you to find Corey Feldman, his management. He may be his own manager.
Literally so easy. You look up.
No. I want you with your love, because you could speak to him.
I will speak
to Corey. You could speak to his heart.
Yeah.
You could speak to his heart. And we'll give him a link. All we want him to do is come on our show.
I really feel like to do it. Like, why would Corey Feldman not do it?
Every reason he should, especially when you're reaching out to them. So we'll report back on our next show and see if we've had any progress with Corey Feldman.
I love this idea. Okay, that's my job.
Producer Caleb, anything to wrap up we should know, or is this just a clean wrap up of this show?
That's pretty much it. Charo, she keeps fumbling and she realizes that the job is not for her. And she actually does like being a show, like being like a
showgirl.
She likes the attention, but she didn't realize it. And so that's how that storyline wraps up. No harm, no foul. Jerry Stiller, he and his wife, they make up. They realize it was just a miscommunication, and they love each other.
Did they lose any of their kids on the boat?
No.
Well, I didn't know we were going to see Corey in the next episode. As the forgotten kid.
Somewhere down the line, I bet we do.
Yeah.
That's how that story just wraps up. But yeah, thank you guys all for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll see you all on the Love Boat next week.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.